Welcome to Real Talk with Marvin. I'm here today. Welcome to Real Talk with Marvin. I'm here today with former world champion Chop Chop Coley. Hey Chop, I mean, I don't know how many championships. Man, he got so many belts, man. He got the WBO, that's the big boy job right there. But you got so many. You tell us how many belts you got, how many times the world champion is.
A two-time world champion. I got 7 world titles. Man, it's been a long ride. I enjoyed it, but at the end of the day, it ain't fair.
And we definitely seen that. When I was down in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and this weekend, man, terrible decision, man. But like I told him, man, sometimes these coaches, father coaches or trainers or whatever, they get their kids or sons, daughters, false false impressions of when they lose, they not trying to tell them the truth about things. And sometimes when they do that, they can fail in this boxing, especially in boxing, because you can play everything else, but you can't play boxing. That's real talk on that one.
100%. Mike Williams Jr. straight at him. His dad know he didn't win that fight, but the judges and the referee was leading in their favor, so he got the decision.
I mean, they had a lot of controversy. It was two knockouts from what I was saying. I was in the corner myself, not to take up because I'm with you, but it was two clean knockdowns. Anybody can go on the social media on my page, Chop Chop page yourself, and see it clear as day. The guy was knocked down. He never got knocked down. He never got the call. The kid was holding. I think the kid was more scared than anything. He kept holding for life. Every time you come to him, he was throwing punches.
He was holding. Mike was afraid of me. He knew my punching power. He knew if I caught him on his chin, he was gonna go out.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I know, and two things for sure. They were talking about the after party while the fight was going on, and before the fight and after party. And I'm just only assuming because he paid for Charleston White, Black Rambo, and another icon that he had. He put a lot of money out for that.
Yeah, well, the game plan was for Mike to go the distance and get the decision by any means necessary.
Yeah,
and that's what the judges did. They gave him the win.
Oh, did you think you could have did anything like this? Try to stop more? You think you stuck to your game plan?
The game plan that we trained for with my trainer Chris and working with you, we did what we were supposed to do in the fight. I boxed him. I let my hands go. I backed him up. I threw more punches. I landed more punches.
And still couldn't get the decision. I mean,
got a knockdown 2 times and still didn't get the decision.
I believe I definitely say that it was a horrible decision. But like I said, once again, we even talked to some of the fans down in North Carolina. They you got a clip or something like on your phone? You got anything when the guys were talking about?
Yeah, one of the fans, he recorded. Y'all was asking him who won the fight. He said, Chop Chop won the fight. Clear as day. And he from Fayetteville.
And not only that, he was a janitor guy. Guy was cleaning up a place. I'm gonna take a picture for the real champ. You know what I mean? It was very crazy, man. It was definitely well, anyway, not only that, we're gonna get back to that, but tell us a little bit about yourself, man. As far as when you started boxing, because like I say, you're a legend in this boxing, man. You're a future Hall of Fame that's coming. You're definitely coming on to that page real soon.
We go all the way back to 1986 when I first started boxing. I got into boxing just to win trophies. I like to fight.
Right.
And boxing was the opportunity for me to get out the ghetto, to travel, to go to other places.
Hold on, when you mention the ghetto, a lot of parts of DC is the ghetto. What part of actually DC you say you from the ghetto from?
Born and raised, grew up in Kenilworth, Northeast DC. And then when I became a teenager, we moved over Southeast to 37 Anacostia Road. So it was drive-bys and shootings in Kenilworth. And became a teenager, it was drive-bys, shootings over in Southeast. So, I seen a lot of my friends get killed, and boxing saved my life at the end of the day.
So when you talk about drive-bys and shooting, did you ever even meant that type of folding? Did you ever get shot or anything about it? Since you said drive-bys and shootings, I don't know. When you say drive-bys, like you experienced it yourself or something.
I seen a lot of drive-bys and shootings. I was looking out my windows and cars come by, shooting up the street. And then I've been in the shootout myself. I've been shot twice. Shot in my spine and my left leg.
And you still was able to fight?
But I dreamt my shooting. I had a premonition. I dreamt it the day before it happened. I told everybody in the gym about my dream. And then that night, it happened.
Wow. And you still was able to fight after that?
God blessed me. After 1997, I got shot. He blessed me still to become a world champion multiple times.
Man, that's very interesting, man. You definitely, man, that's almost like a movie script. You know, you
Yeah, we're working on a documentary. Eventually, we're going to do a documentary about my life story. My brother being murdered and killed by a young guy went to school with me. Used to be down at the boxing gym with me. Stanley Holmes. Never forget his name.
well, like I said, you say your brother. Oh, you know what? I mean, I don't know. You know, I've been saying from secondhand. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. They say your brother got killed. You raised his children also.
I helped provide for a couple of his kids, the first three that he had.
Okay, so how many kids does your brother have?
My brother got a total of 6.
And you?
And I got 10 now.
Wow. You definitely outlast your brother. Like, hey, but you know, and that's really interesting because you know you got a lot of family members when something like this tragedy happen. Like sometimes the family just kind of get away from. But you know, you as a brother, uncle to your nephews and nieces or whatever, that you stepped up. It was a good thing that you stepped up to the plate to help provide for them because I know it was kind of hard for the baby moms, you know, to do what they gotta do, you know, being single mothers
I
anyway.
mean, that's what I love kids at the end of the day. And those my nieces and nephews, I wanted to make sure they was okay.
And that's that, man. I definitely give you big respect for that because at the end of the day, a lot of like you saying, family, you know, them sometimes they be some more the most hurt. You know, they like, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't got no money to do this and that. You know, talk crazy, but you stepped up to the plate. So that show you that you love that you definitely have for your brother.
100%.
Yeah, but like I said, another thing I want to speak about too, Chop. You got, I mean, what you think about a lot of these guys, these ex world champions and stuff, like ex fighters in the DMV? I mean, give me a check. I be honest, but I mean, because you seem like you're the only active one in it. Because I know a lot of people saying, "Damn, Chop 50 years old, won't he get his boxing up?" You know what I mean? I'll be honest, and they say he's going to give up, but you still showing and prove that you can still deal with the young kids, young men, or whatever.
I took care of my body over the years, man. I tried the drinking and smoking in my 20s. Used to go to the go-go down here at the east side. We down here in Southwest now.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew what I wanted out of life at a young age. I wanted to become a professional fighter. I wanted to become a world champion. And I knew smoking and drinking wasn't going to get it. Selling drugs wasn't going to get it. So I had to distance myself from my friends and stay focused.
Man, yeah, I get. You know what? I honor that, and you know, I'm gonna kind of dance around a little bit. But I had a talk with Daryl Coley, and he was like, "Man, you know what, brother?" And we both agreed. He said, "Man, you know, I got to stop, talking bad about the fighters in DMV because we got the hell of we got fighters, hell of a fighters. I mean, we got the best ones in the world. We had the most world champs." But it was almost speaking about you because he made a comment. We was just joking. It's all, it's all all in good fun. But he was saying like, Chop, won't he just give it up and all this? But I was saying, how many guys? I said, and I told him, how many guys is 50 years old, that's ex world champions, that's still in shape and be willing to get in that ring? Not too many are gonna take that. They ain't gonna take that risk. They like, man, I'm too old. A lot of them, I'm too old. I've done this, done that. But at the end of the day, he said to himself, and he was honest about it. That's why I wish you could have been here. I sent him a link to get online, but I wanted to come in, but we had some other things took place. But he said that, man, you know what, Marvin, I got to stop talking bad or talking down to, the guys, like Chop. He said, I got to take my head off because, man, for him to do what he did, he said, I wouldn't do this. But you are still fighting. You know what I mean? You're still fighting. You're still showing the proof. And by love them sweatsuits too. I mean, so many people was asking me, man, test Chop, man. I had brothers from Atlanta was calling me about that.
Oh, that's their color. They're very black and white.
Yeah, so they definitely telling me they want to, you might want to tell them, somewhere down the line or follow you, and you can tell them how to, to purchase one because I had so many people asking about them. So you might.
Yeah, my clothing line is Chop Chop Corley's collection, and you can reach me on Instagram, DeMarcus Corley 2019. Facebook is DeMarcus Corley. My TikTok page is Chop Chop Kitchen #4. I'm a cook now, y'all.
and I can bear witness that because you definitely came to my house and threw down, and I invited a few people over there, but they didn't come and they just missed out on a good treat that you got. Could definitely chop up in that kitchen. Ain't no ifs and buts about that, man. But like I said, another thing, like I said, you're just doing a tremendous job, man. I just take my hat off, you commend you, and I'm just glad that I could have been a part of history because you definitely history. Ain't no ifs and buts about that.
Appreciate that. Hall of Fame coming soon.
Yeah, and I tell people, man, you're definitely a part of history. And at the end of the day, I wish a lot of people will understand that, man, what you are doing, you're doing something that you love to do. You're not doing something that you have to do. You got a lot of people do things they have to do, but you got the love for the boss. You know, you got the compassion because for you to still be getting up, and I seen you watch you getting up 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you going 3 or 4 miles running, man, and probably more. I don't know. I know you putting in that miles. I know that.
That's what it's about, man. You got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah. And tell
Hopefully,
you
we get an opportunity to fight one of the young prospects out here again.
exactly. Okay. And also, I know you got a son. You know, he came down. He was also down on Fayetteville, North Carolina. He's fighting.
Yeah.
What do you think about turning pro by next year? What you
Yeah,
think?
we're going to probably, hopefully, he get about good 12 to 15 fights in 2025. He'll be ready to turn pro the end of December or January 2026.
That's great. I'm glad that you're working with him, keeping him on a straight path because you know at the end of the day, um, a lot of these teenagers or young men out here just getting into stuff, you know, sense of getting killed, senseless violence, you know, going on, senseless killings and things like that. And I know you want the best for your, you know, your son. Just like you know, you ain't been around all these years to be a fool. You know, what I mean, you've been there and done that.
Yeah, it's rough out here in the streets. I mean, if you don't have something to keep you motivated and keep you off the streets, then you're going to go hang with your friends and do what they do: smoke, drink, do nothing.
Yeah, you got a lot of people, a few people, a lot of people that's watching. You know, what I mean, you got Cornell Hines. You know, he was Cornell.
Fighter boy.
Cornell put it down. One thing about one thing I can say, and I work with Cornell. Cornell got big heart when it comes to boxing. No matter how big, how small he is, he gonna jump in that ring. He gonna make it happen, man. That's one thing I can definitely say that. You know the brother by name is Sean Jackson. I think he's from the DMV also.
Deshaun Jackson.
Not that Deshaun thing. Sean Jackson. He used to be. I mean, he used to be in the DMV. He used to be also on the DMV. I think I'm not for sure. I don't want to mess it up, but I believe he's out somewhere like in like Hagerstown area, something like that. He moved.
I think he's for heavyweight. I think he's a boxer, Sean Jackson.
Yeah, but he's in here. He told me he was in here. He was telling me tell you what's going on and everything. But like I said, you know, like I said, my thing that man, it's good that man, you know, you're from the DMV, man. You're making noise and everything. We have Lamont Roach, which we're down in the DMV, is our WBA champion. You know, he's one of our champions that we know. Our present former, you know, he's not a former, he's an active champion right now.
I spoke with his dad about 30, 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, so how you think? Yeah, well, you know that as you know, the fight is off from right now because I think the money wise, and then I think the venue, something's going on with the venue.
Well, I know Lamont, he's gonna be ready for Tank. They just want to see what type of game plan that he had to fight Tank in. Lamont, Uncle Roach, who passed away, that was my trainer. We took a fight on 5-day notice. He got me ready. One became world champion, so it's in his blood to fight at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He got to fight it. He got to stick to the game plan, whatever him and his coaches work out to try to outbox Tank. Stay away from him, box him. It's called boxing for a reason. You don't have to get in the shootout with Tank.
Exactly.
We all know Tank got more punching power than a lot of jokers, a lot of welterweights, some middleweights. He got punching power. So Lamar got to fight a smart fight and try to win the rounds and win the decision.
You know, let me tell you something about Lamont Roach, man. And I fought. Hey, I was a little kid when he was amateur. Fought against him, Tank and Lamont. But Lamont almost remind me of a small Simon Brown. You know, be honest. You know, from his fighting stance. You know, I watched him over the years as pro, and then as an amateur. I mean, as an amateur into the pros, he almost remind me of a Simon Brown type of fighter. You know, here in the DMV. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. And I can critically, I can say, huh? Oh yeah, exactly. You can't. And you know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. I can say it myself, honestly. That's not, you know, he gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a walkover. But now, you know, and when I spill, you know, because he's so, you know, pretty boy with the green eyes, so soft spoken. I never looked at him like they had that killer instinct in him. But when I seen him stand up against a former world champion here and the way he talked, I say, man, you know what? I almost forgot the bloodline. I said, I forgot. He definitely got a bloodline in him. That, you know, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Yeah, his Uncle Roach ain't play, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, and not only him, Boogaloo was definitely a hell of a motivational coach in that corner. He definitely gets your both.
He was also.
Exactly. Yeah.
Southpaw.
Exactly. All right, but you know we got you got a lot of like prospects in here, and I know you got a lot of knowledge to give to these guys. Like the kid that just came home. I ain't gonna say kid, young man that came home by the name of Larry Riccio. Larry Riccio, man, he been through a whole lot. Being shot,
Set down,
yeah, it came back. You don't find you find people get shot and go to jail and come back and just be a whole damn different animal out on the street. But he's staying focused, and I definitely congratulate him.
Take my hat off to Lil Larry. Well, I call Lil Larry. I ain't gonna stop calling Lil Larry, but that's Lil Larry. Tremendous dedication to the sport of boxing. He want to make his mother and his family proud, so he's sticking to his dream, become a world champion at the end of the day.
And and you got people. Some people figure like, if you from the suburbs, you can't fight. You got to be from the ghetto and all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? This is what I heard of another fighter talking about. Well, he's from the suburbs, and I would say that ain't where you from. It's where you at, and one thing about you can't play boxing. You can play all this other bullshit, but you can't play boxing.
You can take somebody from North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, that can't fight, but you got to get him at a young age.
Yeah,
and take him into the city and groom him, and he can become world champion. Who would thought Paul Williams would be world champion?
Look, from South Carolina? Yeah, you would never throw him. But
but Paul moved around and traveled and trained and sparred with everybody.
Exactly.
Was Junebug.
Yeah.
Junebug made sure Paul got that work.
Yeah, and they knew where to bring him at. Just like that's why Javante Tank Davis is what he had now, because he was coming down here getting his work from the young DC Joe. He'd be going to the DC gyms like headbangers. He loved Bird.
They went everywhere.
Yeah, he went everywhere. Then. So he put in that work, you know what I mean? And they just said, if you really want to be groomed, I done heard fighters talking about, man, on the East Coast, these fighters ain't good. You got to come on the West Coast. Well, we had more people on the East Coast was came world champion than on the West Coast. So I begged to differ on that. And there was a brother that was from here on the East Coast, but he went over there and figured the grass was green on that side. But at the end of the day, that's other, that's everybody else's opinion, how they want to feel about it.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, Chop, man, one thing about it, man, we gonna keep you here long because I know I got a whole lot of things I gotta do. You got some things to do. But at the end of the day, man, I appreciate, man, the journey that I'm taking with you, man. And I'm gonna ride this joint all the way out. And at the end of the day, I can't wait till you get inducted in the Hall of Fame. I'm definitely be there. I don't care where it's at. If I got
well, you got to come to a couple of them because we got Vegas, we got Atlantic City, we got New York, we got Florida. So that's 4 inductees right there. So we're gonna be doing some traveling once they start nominating me.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Like I said, we appreciate everything, man, you're doing for the DMV. And I'm glad that you keep yourself relevant because you got a lot of former world champions. They're not doing anything. They talking, but they ain't doing nothing. I'm not.
When my coach gave me this name, Chop Chop, the name come from eating. At 10 years old, we was in Silver Gloves, Nashville, Tennessee. And I got on the scale before the weigh-in. I was 65 pounds. And I said, we all hungry. So we went out to eat. He said, make sure you eat light. You're going to have a salad. Don't drink no sodas or nothing. So we went to, Burger King, I think it was. And they got the salad bar. So I had a salad. Well, how you going to watch 15 other kids eat and make sure everybody eating right? Man, I had a salad. I had somebody else sandwich, somebody French fries. I had one of them chocolate frosty. I ate everything, man. I got back on the scale next morning for the fight. I weighed 75 pounds.
And what you supposed to be fighting? 65?
I supposed to be fighting 65. My trainer said, you chop that food up. I'm going to call you Chop Chop from now on. Now you got to move up and wait and fight the bigger guy. And it was run. Yeah. It was a fun ride.
Is that logo? Is Chop Chop that logo on the back of that shirt? On the back of that jacket?
No, mine is on this side right here.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, everybody know what Chop Chops represent. They see the 2 axes. Because when I went down to when I was down in North Carolina, I went to the mall. So some young guys, I think they was in high school, they said, man, are y'all axe throwers?
Yeah, axe throwers, because they saw the axe.
Yeah, they see the axes on the back. They said, we axe throw. I said, nah, Chop Chop. And he said, Chop Chop. I said, that's a total of Google the Chop Chop quality and everything. And they looked, they Google your name right then there while I was there. And they looked, oh, this is him. I said, you see this stuff here? I said, that's why this is a symbol. This is his patent for what he do. He boxer, boxer. Like I said, a lot of people really don't know they green. They don't know too much about boxing.
Well, we got Chop Chop Kitchen coming soon.
So you heard they definitely got Chop Chop Kitchen, and they definitely say it's coming soon. He's definitely on board when it comes to that.
Candy still on here with Chop.
Oh, Miss Candy, you want to come up and talk to us about anything? Yes, definitely want to bring Miss Candy up. Oh, there we go. See that symbol right there? Y'all see-
She got her
That's
chop
what it
chop
is.
shirt on, y'all.
That's right.
And my jacket.
And a jacket.
That's right.
Did you enjoy yourself down there at the fights?
Yeah, I did until they got a little cruddy, you know. I really did, but they got a little too cruddy for me. I felt that they used Chop just to kind of get that boy a little recognition, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more.
I
Um,
agree. I agree with that.
I also feel that they setting him up for failure because they pumped this boy's head out. Trust me, not only did he not win the fight, I mean, he was so soft and timid, like a little boy. It was like he really wasn't ready. And they already made up their mind that they were going to give it to him before Chop Chop even got in the ring. And I say that because they had everything set up and ready for him way before we even got started. It was all about him. The entertainment that was terrible. Oh, so terrible. All of that was their little friends. That was their little group. They were already prepared. They already made up their minds before they got in the ring. So it was jive like a setup, if you ask me. It really truly was. Chop Chop beat that boy's butt. I can't say everything on this thing, but y'all know what I mean.
Well, you
Okay.
know, like I said, you understand. He paid for Charleston White. He paid for Black Rambo. He paid for all these. You know, then they had a pink stretch limousine out front. You know, I mean, well, and then they were talking about the after party. So you can't bring a person to the after party without a win.
Exactly. They
I
had
mean,
the limo and everything waiting. It was already planned. It was a setup.
but one thing
It
they
was
always
a
say, they
whole.
plan and God's plan, and God is definitely the best of
That's
planners.
right.
He's
That's
definitely he's
right.
still on. You can never say, hey, to say it. You can't look at the age factor with 25-year difference. So that tell you, there's no way that you could have put Chop Chop at 25 against nobody this age it is.
Right.
It wouldn't have worked.
That's right.
It'd have been an execution, as Daryl Coley said.
Yes. Yes.
It'd have been an execution.
Yes.
Real, hey, they just saying them axes on the chopping block for real. You
That's
know,
right.
they would have had the ambulance when they took somebody out. I promise you that. You know what I mean? It's like I said,
True that.
Chop definitely got his he definitely the guy definitely had to go take a definitely cold shower and a cold ice bath for some more because he
You
definitely
know it.
was lumped
And
up.
you know it.
He
Epsom
definitely was
salt and
lumped up.
all. That's
He
right.
definitely was lumped up. I can definitely
Chop
bet what is
came
that.
out like he didn't have Chop didn't it. I don't even think he sweat. He didn't even have much sweat on him.
No,
It
you
was
know
it
how
was
cold that place was like putting us in an ice box.
yeah,
That whole
yeah.
stuff was frozen. They had the AC on zero.
Oh
I mean,
my
it
goodness.
was nowhere safe in there when it came
No,
to far as, I mean, we was back in the dress room. It was ice cold in there. Warmest place
yeah.
was in the bathroom. That was it.
They didn't
You
I
couldn't go
don't
there.
think that they don't treat their guests too well. They really truly don't.
Well, you
I
know,
wouldn't go back. I wouldn't want to go back.
oh nah, for what? I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be worth it. You know, where everybody know there. I mean, you had the janitors down there sweeping the floor out of the fight, telling you, and they were talking to you, I believe, and they would tell you, man,
A whole
yeah,
group of guys where I was sitting. All
yeah.
of them were with me during the whole time. Chop Chop hitting him. Chop Chop got him. Chop did this. Oh, Chop won the fight. When they said the little boy won, well, he a little boy to me. Everybody just jumped up in my area where I was sitting, saying no and booed. And these guys look like they probably were from a little bit of everywhere from my conversations with them. And like they said, one guy said, "I'm from Fayetteville. They cheat. They robbed that man. That man won that fight." I said, "He damn sure did." So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Chop was very good, very humble. I give him credit for that because I couldn't have been me. Very humble, and his sportsmanship was just beautiful. I was the one ready to scream, yell, and kick and fight. It was bad. It was bad, but he was good. He
Yeah,
was good.
we
At the end
definitely
of the day, he was good.
sorry, we definitely appreciate it. Thanks for wearing that chop TV so everybody
Oh,
can
all day long.
yeah.
Check out the bag all day
Yeah, hey,
long.
because I was just here as a chop. Did you got chop? No, I got on this side. I got
Yeah.
the
And
belt
it
cover.
had you could get your name on it. Yeah.
Hey,
See?
like I said, I had a lot of people
Candy.
from Atlanta and everything was calling me up. Hey man, can I get one of? Hey, tell Chopper how much these sweatshirts you had, I mean sweatsuits and all that, all
Yes.
that. Like I said, we had, I believe a lot of times they didn't buy a lot of stuff that Chop had down there because of who he was. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think it might have been already, cahoots with that.
I
Man.
think it was already talked about. I don't think
Mhm.
it was just the empty pockets. I think it was also talked about
Yeah,
before he got there because I asked the DJ to let the folks
exactly.
know that we were raffling off some things. Don't
Yeah.
forget about that. He said, okay, I got it. I'll do it when the house get full, right before the fight start. Never ever did he do it. So I sent my cousin over there to check with him. Well,
Mhm.
what's up? You want to let folks know we raffling off some of Chop's items? He wouldn't do it. He said he would, but the whole fight went through. He never did it. So they were pretty cruddy. You dig what I'm saying? It was all, but it's all good because God see everything, like you said.
And look,
But it,
and the one thing I want to say also before we get off here, when I seen the thing when they was selling tickets, right? They was selling tickets. They was selling one ticket. You buy one and get one free. So that really tell you a whole lot about what's going on in that city. It's not a
yeah,
whole lot. One anytime you sell a ticket, buy one get one
get
free,
one free. Yeah,
and then you got your the students half price and all that. So I think being Chop coming down there was the biggest thing they coming down besides Charleston White. I think Chop was the biggest thing that makes something happen pretty much in this city.
there. Yeah, sure
So, 'cause
was.
we
Yes,
definitely
I
was
think so
in the
too.
country.
Yeah, yeah. What?
We definitely I
I
can
can't
say that.
take no replies.
We was in
No
the
one
definitely in
take
the
me
country.
there. But we are never, I would never want to go back. That's not, that was, I call it dirty South. That we was in the down dirty part of the South. How
Yeah,
about
you
that?
right.
Because
You
they
right about
played
that.
quite dirty. They played dirty.
I'll
Dirty
bear witness
South.
to that. I definitely bear witness to exactly
Hmm.
what it is. But like I said, when they close out anything, Chop. I mean, you got this is about Chop. Well,
We can
tell us.
close out. We got Chop Kitchen, which I said is coming soon. My website will be developed hopefully by January, February next year. You're ready to go to the website and buy my merchandise. Most of my tracksuits are custom made because they designed with your name on them the way you want it. And it's also, you get to choose your material. You want polyester, cotton, or even Gore-Tex waterproof material. Stay tuned, Chop Quarterly coming.
And also, do they come in different colors? In case some people
Yeah,
might
they
want
custom made to your color.
to. Yeah.
Custom made your color. Some people like pink, some like red, some like black and blue.
We
I like
got
all
it.
colors.
And that's real talk. Thank y'all
That's
so
right.
much. We want to make sure y'all share this live and like I said, continue to support Chop. And also continue to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, Chop Holy is Chop Kitchen. Chop. That's real talk.
Good.